Hey everybody, welcome to another jam-packed episode of Living Your Life. My name is Kier Spates. Many know me from the Steve Harvey Morning Show as Junior. But on this show, we provide a platform for our guests to discuss their personal journey with sickle cell disease. And we look into to find solutions to help those suffering with sickle cell disease, as well as challenge the status quo. To help us navigate these conversations and explore these options, I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, my friend, Dr. Corey Hebert. He's a medical doctor, a sickle cell expert, and he is my friend. Dr. Hebert, how you doing, brother?
I am grand. I have to say, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling a little strong. I recognize that in the way that we start looking at sickle cell, some people wake up and they don't feel like that. They feel kind of beat up. They feel kind of the bones hurting. And what I will say, that's what this show is about. Living your life. So you don't have to just always live like that. There are things we're going to tell you that you don't actually have to kind of go through all this on your own. We can help you get through
No,
it. So
no,
watch
Dr.
these shows
Hebert,
and share them.
but you know what, Dr. Hebert, I mean, you know what I mean? And I would be remiss if I said I woke up every day feeling great. I would be lying. That's not the truth.
Mhm.
I mean, not even just the just having the daily grind of understanding that I have a debilitating condition that I'm making the best out of. And there's so many people who don't know how to take that and say, you know what? I feel the same way as Junior does or Kier does, and I don't always feel the best either. And it's not for you to say that's right or wrong. It's just how you actually feel.
That's right. That's right, brother. That's
You know, man.
that's why on this show we have to teach people to have better like ways to do that inside and out. So we want you to eat right. We want you to drink well. We want you to exercise. Do all these things. We want you to do that, but also that mind. We got to get your mind elevated for positivity because it's a bleak thing when you get a expiration date. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah.
it's, it's a bleak thing, but you have to recognize that that's not. They got people with sickle cell 80 years old, so it ain't no. That's just over. We just gonna live our lives and make sure that we give the information to people that need it.
Well, you know what, man? That talks about today's guest, man. My guest today, and our guest today, Dr. Hebert, is Miss Sherika Princess Walls. She's 30 years old. She's a sickle cell warrior from my hometown of Houston, Texas.
Uh
She
oh.
has genotype SS and is an advocate for other warriors. Ms. Walls has 10 years of advocacy in the sickle cell community. Princess has hosted several events to not only raise awareness, but also funds that go towards her own disease. Princess' collegiate career was very monumental, and she accomplished a lot. Most of the events that Princess started are still going on today. Throughout her collegiate career, Princess obtained 4 degrees. Princess is a self-published author
Mhm.
of a book called Super Sales. And guess what, man? I want to welcome her to this show because it sounds like this lady does a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show Miss Sherika Princess Walls.
What?
How
What?
you doing?
Shrika,
Hi,
let me tell you something. He told me you were 30.
I
You
am.
look like you about
Yes, I
12.
just said that.
You look like you about 12 years old. I mean,
I know.
seriously. I
Well,
mean,
That
thank
is a
look.
grown
you.
person you're talking to, Dr. Hebert.
What?
She's grown.
Whatever you use on your skin, can you put it in the chat? Because I'm trying to
That's
use.
God.
Let us
That's
know.
just God.
Oh, that's
That's
just
just God.
That's
That's
just
what it
That's just
is.
I
God.
love
That's
it.
just God. That's just God. You know what, Miss Walls, talk to us about this. Talk to us about this. When did you find out you had sickle cell? How's your story go in the beginning?
I think I was 5, and I went to the pool, and everybody getting in the pool. I was already upset that I had to get in the kiddie pool and not the big pool with the other kids. And I just remember as soon as I got in the water, I just felt like I was dying, and I never felt that pain before. That was my first hospital experience, and I went to Texas Children. I mean, if you're from Houston, then you know about Texas Children.
Yes, I
And
do know about Texas
uh,
children.
yeah, and then his name was Doctor. I forgot his name. He passed away, unfortunately. And he came in and he was like, "Oh, we have another sickler here," and I didn't know what a sickler was. I don't like that word, and I'm looking around like, what does that mean? And it was like, "Oh, you have sickle cell," and I was like, "What is that?" Because nobody told me what it was. Nobody else around me was like me. So I was like, am I like an alien or something? Like, what does that mean? And then like my eyes started turning yellow. Then I'm like, I didn't sign up for this. And then like I was born in '94, so they didn't have like Google. They didn't have, I guess, access to information. So my mom literally went to the library and got medical books to learn, to research like what it is for herself. And that's what helped, because when they diagnosed me, they just gave her a pamphlet and just, go for what you know and figure it out. And
Now,
then
what year were you born?
'94.
Okay, so 94. So
Mm-hmm.
so they had universal testing then. So you have hemoglobin SS and you had no symptoms until you were 5 years old and you got into a swimming pool. Kier, we have talked about this many, many times. Miss Walls, let me tell you. Kier don't like to swim, right? And the fact that you have just sat here and said that you are hemoglobin SS, and the fact that you got in a pool that precipitated your first hemoglobin SS crisis, Kier's like, amen. That's why he stays away from swimming pools.
I don't even. I'm telling you, Miss Walls. I don't even. I haven't swam in years. I'm talking. We're in double digits, and but it's that fear. I just never forgot that one fear. And you know what? Like I don't swim. I may put my feet in the water, something like that. That's about all I can do. But I understand that feeling like I can't. I feel like I'm about to die. I can't breathe. I don't know what's happening.
But you know,
And that's the.
but you know what, Kier, this is the thing. This is why we have to be so aggressive, because I want you to be able to swim. I want our sickle cell patients to be able to do everything other people can do. So that's why we do this show, so we can fight, so that we can find new ways and discuss all these things, because people swim all the time with sickle cell. We want people to be able to do that. But I want to just get back to something here. This 5 years of age, you are the first I've ever heard that you were able to get through 5 years of life with hemoglobin SS, and you were teetering the whole time. You didn't know it, but you were teetering the whole time, because one thing would flipped it over, and that was that cold water in that pool. Because hemoglobin SS patients start having issues almost at birth, almost like 1 year at max. So that's something that goes to show
Um,
your will.
no, I'm not gonna agree with that, because different genotypes just affects everybody differently. Like I know
Absolutely,
people
I agree.
with SC that has had complications since birth, and I know some people that have SS that have no complications at all. So I guess it just depends on your body, your environment and things like that. Because I've heard that before. It was like, oh, you didn't know till you was 5. I was like, I didn't think that was abnormal. I thought everybody
Well, no,
experienced that.
Huh.
but look, what I'm saying is
No,
that
no.
statistically, it is
Uh-huh.
abnormal, though. That's what I want you to understand. It is not a very common thing for even hemoglobin SC or SS to present at 5 years old incidentally. It's always something that comes on a little bit earlier, and we say always. In medicine, it's never always. Nothing is, and you are a
Right.
testament to that. And you know what? That's a testament to who you are, because that's inner strength too. Because you may have felt pain earlier in that, and you might not even said anything, because you didn't even know that was going on. That's why.
I didn't even know. I didn't know I was having sickle cell crisis. I didn't know I wasn't diagnosed with sickle cell. I was 7, Miss Walls. I was 7 years old. By the time I found out, yeah, the whole time they didn't know what was wrong with me. They thought I was allergic to milk. I was allergic to oatmeal. I was this. I was that. They never put it to sickle cell until I was 7. I've been had sickle cell crisis. They just didn't know what to call it. And I was born in '78. You understand? We're not far off on this. You know what I'm saying? We're not far off on none of this. I was 7 years old. That was in the '80s. They didn't even know what to even call it. And that's the thing about it is, you have a kid here, and as soon as I find out that I do have sickle cell, Miss Walls, they say, well, he only has till 11.
Yeah,
What number did they give you?
yeah. What did they tell you?
16.
Wow. In fact, we can keep
And
asking
that was
about
before you
another.
got your first degree. They didn't even know you had
Yes,
3 more
they
coming.
didn't even know.
Yeah. So,
So,
Yeah. So tell us more
how
about your
how'd
story.
that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, Well, I mean, I'm just amazing, and I
Note that one. Y'all need to put a
Note
pin in that one right
that.
there.
Note
Well, just
that.
know that I'm amazing.
I'm amazing.
Might as well, yeah.
So, I had no plans to go to college because I didn't even think I was gonna live. I didn't go to college until I didn't get into college till like a week before it started, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I was just there taking like, the basic pre-req classes. I'm like, I don't know, but I was always good at science, so I was like, I gotta do something in science. And then I went to this school called Blaine College. It's a junior college in Brenham, Texas.
Yeah, it's where my
And
family's from, Brenham, Texas. Yeah, we're all from there. Home of Bluebell ice cream, by the way. Just to put
yeah,
that in there. So, Miss Walls, let me ask you this: what made you want to go to college? You already just told me at 16 you weren't supposed to live past that. Now you done graduated. Now you're going to college.
hearing that you're not gonna live past a certain age, then you live past that age is like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Like, you listen to what a doctor say because that's the doctor. They have more education. So I'm like, well, did he lie to me? Because clearly I'm alive. But I didn't plan a life after 16. I didn't plan a life after 18. So I never knew what that was gonna look like. And so I went to a junior college because it was easy to get in. But I had a really good GPA anyway. I was like, okay, I'm there. And I was bored. But I really like science. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out. And then I just kind of came out of my shell because they had like the blood drives come every week. And I had got so mad because so many people would just walk past those trucks. I'm just like, why y'all not donating blood? Don't you know people need this blood? And they was like, why is it so important? Because I have sickle cell and I've had blood transfusions. And so I was like, well, what am I going to do? I got to do something big. So I decided to volunteer to donate blood. I know that I was not supposed to do that. I already know. But they didn't know that. They check your iron. I just ate some peanut butter, and I passed out, which
Yeah, you game the system.
you got to do
You
what you got
game
to
the
do.
You
system
just game the system. She said, I
on the blood draws.
did.
Let me ask you one quick question about that. Did you have a rocky sickle cell course?
It was on and off. Um, Maybe 8 times a year. Um, yeah, but
Oh, that's a lot of on.
What?
That's on.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just kind of want to look at because when you have a course like that, when you get to your that high school time, that college time, I understand why you
mhm.
felt like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's one thing that we have to really push when we talk about this show. We have to push the fact that all sickle cell patients are gonna get some type of expiration date. Don't plan your life on an expiration date.
You can't.
You plan your life like you gonna live till you 100, and then once you feel like you really feel that in your heart, you let your life flow. Don't act like you gonna die at 18 because you're not about to. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, you can keep moving. So
Yeah,
tell us about this
because
this blood drive thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Karen.
go ahead. Yeah. Tell us about this because that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't recommend this. Don't do what I did because it could be worse. But I just had to prove a point. Like, if I can do it, like, and you have those people, oh, I'm anemic. Or I'm like, okay, you just got little bit needles, and I have to show them an example of the needles that they would stick inside of me. Or, like, at the time I had a port, I said, do you see what I have to go through? Then I passed out. Then I came back. It was like, oh, what's wrong with you? I was like, well, I have sickle cell, and sometimes I need blood transfusion, and we need more African American donors, and y'all just wasting time just walking by. And I was like, I don't know why that made me so mad, but it just did something to me.
Because you understand the importance of it. Because that's what I do. I go up there and I support blood drive because one day this blood that you're giving could actually save Sherika Wall's life. That's why you get mad. Because you think about yourself. Yeah, man. Absolutely. And another thing too, because look at all the things you've done. You got 4 degrees, young lady. 4 degrees, and then you've authored a book called Super Cells. What was the inspiration behind you writing the book? Where did you get the idea just to even become an author? And what are people supposed to learn from reading the book?
Well, I have dyslexia too. So I read stuff backwards. And I used to volunteer at this place called the Ronald McDonald House. I don't know if they have it in other states, but I know they have it at Texas Children and Memorial Hermann.
Yeah,
All over the world.
all over the world.
Yeah, so I volunteer with them, and of course I'm biased, so I was with the sickle cell patients. And these little kids would ask me, "Oh, what do I have? What is it?" And I'm just like, I was a science major by then. I said I'll just give them the textbook definition. They'll be looking at me like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "Okay, I don't know." And I tried to like break it down for them. And then I was working at Macy's, and I got some receipt paper, and I just started writing. And it's just it's a kid's book. It's about me. It's a little girl that has sickle cell, but she turns into a superhero, and she just conquered the world. So the kid, yeah, she's a sickle cell superhero. My house recently burned down, so I don't have anything now, but I'll send you guys a book eventually when I get everything together. I'm gonna sign it too. I'm famous, by the way. I don't know if y'all Google me yet, but I think I got a Wikipedia page now.
Oh,
I'm scared of you.
look at
I'm scared of you.
wow! This is the
And
most.
look, and there's also nothing wrong with shameless self-promotion.
I'm telling you, dude. I don't see nothing wrong with it
We
either.
all should do that more.
Especially with that. Like, I'm amazing already. I got that one. Okay, and now but you're the epitome of what we're looking for in our sickle cell community. That's what it is. And so, like Dr. Aber and I started this show for people just like you. That's what it's supposed to look like. I love the way your search says this is what sickle cell looks like. If y'all don't have an idea what sickle cell looks like, it's me. It's me. Yeah. And the good thing about it is, like, you wrote a book. What is the next plan? What are some of these events that you've done that you still do for sickle cell? What are they? Talk to us about those.
So when I went to Blinn, that's a junior college, I went there 3 years, got my associates, and then I went to A&M for a little bit. I didn't like it. And then I got a Terry scholarship to go to Texas Women's University. And before I got there, you register with disability support, which is trash. And it's only for me, it came off, it was for visually impaired, handicapped people. Yes, it was trash. Yes. And I will stand by that. I did.
No. I said no. I just want people to. I didn't want that to fly to the radar, because what happens is when you go to colleges and universities and you get a 504 accommodation, all that stuff, it usually is trash. You think it's not, but it's going to be. So you have to fight for everything you get.
Well, we want to say thank you, Ms. Walls, for all the work that you do, all the amazing stuff you do, the book, Super Cells, all the 4 degrees. I mean, you're just an amazing person with sickle cell. We appreciate you. And Dr. Aber, man, it's always fun talking to you, man. It's always a great time.
Listen, she was real, and let me tell you something. That exhibit for with the history of sickle cell, that's gonna be real, because let me tell you something. There's a lot of history there and a lot of stuff that's been buried. But let me tell you that I think that's gonna be a really, really good exhibit.
I think it's going to be a really great thing for sickle cell too, man. You know what? The other thing about it, man, is that you keep finding these people and they come out of nowhere. Like, who would have thought that you could even do a history of sickle cell? I never thought that. I never thought that, man. So I'm excited for her, man. Sherika Princess Walls, just an amazing another person with sickle cell. And guess what? Doesn't even let it slow nothing she does down. And so, man, those are people I enjoy talking to. Hey, Dr. Aber, as usual, it's always a pleasure, man. I always appreciate you coming on, man. We're going to do this again. We're on the right track, though. We're on the right track, though, Dr. Aber. We got to understand, we're on the right track.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning into another episode of Living Your Life. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow us so you don't miss another episode of some more amazing people doing great work in the sickle cell community. I'm your host, Kier Spates. That's Dr. Aber. We'll see you next time on Living Your Life. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy. Be out of here.